Primeval fans, and welcome to my review of the 6th and final episode of Primeval Series 5, and actually the last ever episode of the UK series. Well, for now, at least, unless they can bring it back. So, episode 6. The basic plot of episode 6 is that it pretty much picks up right where the last one left off. Connor has been dragged through the anomaly in Philip's facility in Prospero. Matt goes through to rescue him. Then Philip discovers he's been used by Helen Cutter to basically continue her work, and then he sacrifices himself to destroy the machine and everything in his facility. Meanwhile, Lester and Jess are fighting off the future predators, and then the team have to go back and help them defend themselves, and then they have to basically merge the anomaly in Philip's facility and then in the Ark as well, in order to basically stop the anomalies from ever happening again and just stop the convergence. That's pretty much it. Yeah, episode 6. What a way to go. Yeah, what a crap way to go out. This is a really terrible episode. I feel really sad that the show has really stooped to this level. The writers don't even care anymore. Basically nobody cares anymore. Nobody gives a shit about this one. I didn't. I just thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. I mean, first of all, the whole idea of the man-made anomaly. How can they know how to make the anomalies when they don't know how they open, why they open, and when they open? Like, how can, if they can't predict when they're going to open and how they open and why, how can you make one? I don't get it. That's the biggest plot hole I can think of. You know, why the hell? How does that work? But then, you know, it's pretty much, you know, like kind of like, you know, the previous one is like an all guns blazing. It's like a big action finale. Surprisingly, this one feels slightly dull. This one is basically a bit of a drag, which I'm surprised at because, you know, there's actually a fair amount that happens, but I did get bored in halfway through. I feel like all the stuff in New Dawn should have been the main focus, like, and then the whole idea of merging the two anomalies was cool. It was like, come on, just let's get to the end now. I think by this point, you're just kind of done with the series. You just kind of want it to end, so yeah. I mean, the characters are okay. The best being Abby and Connor, again, and they have a nice few emotional scenes in here. At the very end, when they agree to get married, that's nice, and it's brilliant to see them. They've come to the complete end of their journeys, so they have been the characters that have been treated the best, and I really do love the on-screen chemistry with Angelique Potts and Hannah Spearritt. Even though Hannah Spearritt's acting has dipped a little bit, I still think the chemistry is just believable enough here, and you believe that these two are really in love now, and I think it's incredible seeing their journey. So that's the biggest plus. The CGI is also really good. Again, it's nice to see the future Predator back. So the creature was good. I also like Philip's realization as well. He finally realizes that Helen has used him. Although we don't actually know how the hell she met Philip. That's never explained. I mean, she probably fucked him. Who knew? But yeah, like she fucked Stephen. Yeah. There's pretty good action, I suppose. Jess and Lester get involved in the action, which I guess is nice. I don't think it's the worst of the series, but it's not the best either. I don't think it's as good as episode 5, which is surprising because episode 5 isn't great either. It is a pretty dull finale, and it's just stupid when they try to emotionally blackmail you with Matt. You know, Matt supposedly sacrificing himself. I mean, I didn't care because I don't like Matt Anderson anyway. So, but the point being that, you know, what? You know, he just drives through the anomaly and then he comes back, and then the cliffhanger ending with the two Matts. It's like, oh my god, 2 for the price of 1. I thought 1 was enough. When he's like, go back. Was it because Matt's from the future, so he knows what's happened? And there's a nice scene at the end, kind of cheesy, when the team are like, oh yeah, we did it, we actually did it, you know, no more anomalies, yay, woo. And then obviously there's another one. So the door has been left open for the show to continue, but I mean, I don't know if it will. It's a very ploddy, lazy episode. There's a few emotional scenes, some nice action, but ultimately it's dull. Like, what can I say? Again, Emily does nothing. Becca is alright, I guess. There's nothing to say. I mean, there's nothing really to say. There's nothing, like, they don't answer many of the questions that have been left. It's late. The direction is lazy. They're basically just farting this out. Like, it's one of the weakest finales. I'd say it's a little bit better than the Series 4 finale because at least there is closure. With the Series 4 finale, I felt that there was... the only closure they had was Emily's departure, but obviously that has been squandered now because she returned for Series 5, so... But then Danny Quinn came back, but then he went back through the anomaly, so it's like, oh, what was the point? What was the point of that? And that's never... that storyline has never been resolved in Series 5. That storyline has never been picked up. If they do a Series 6, which at the moment I doubt that they will, I hope that gets resolved, but I have a feeling that that won't be answered again, which is a shame. The music isn't really that good either. I mean, since Dominic Scherer's departure, the music has really dropped for me in quality. Like, it's not bad, I guess. It's okay. You know, it has a nice feel to it. It has an end feel. Also, like, everybody's coupled off now. Like, you have Matt and Emily, Jess and Becca, Connor and Abby, which is the two that I only care about, really. I mean, Lester's obviously married, so we don't see his wife. So everybody has a you know, either has an other half, so to speak. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I just find that really annoying. I find it really cheesy. It's lame. It's lame. And I really am sad that they went out with this. I'd rather have had Matt die at the end, partly because I hate him, but also it would have been much more emotionally impactful. Whilst there is emotion, there's not enough emotion in this, and it doesn't really. It concludes this pretty dull series. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, we've made you sit through the first 5 episodes. Let's just end it now. It's like the writers are like, yeah, okay, they do this, they do that, boom, done. Really, it's funny because originally this was meant to be series 4 and 5 were meant to be one series. They were meant to be a 13 episode series, but obviously they decided, for whatever reason, they decided to split it in half. So we have now got 2 series. While it does have a nice sort of climactic feel, there's a feel of closure. It's not fulfilling enough. It's not satisfying. You're left like, well, how the fuck does this work? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you just give up trying to understanding the story by this point because they've messed you around so much. I mean, the journey of Connor and Abby has been brilliant throughout the 5 series. I mean, they are the characters that you care about the most. I mean, they lasted the longest. And Lester as well. They stayed. Lester's become a lot nicer as well. But Connor and Abby are the characters that have changed the most. Connor's matured a lot since the first series. You compare Connor in Series 1 to Series 5. Series 5, he's much more assertive. He's much more logical. He's much more proactive. He's more mature. He's just more mature. In the first series, he's a bit of an idiot. He's a lovable idiot. Like, he's clever. He's really clever, but he's a bit reckless. And then also, Lester, you have him. He's become a little bit nicer. Yeah, it's dull. It's just dull. And by the end, I was like, you know what? I'm glad the series was over. That fucking cliffhanger, though. Ugh. So, that pretty much is it. I don't have anything else to say about Series 5, Episode 6. I'm going to rate this one probably a 5 out of 10. It's just okay. So, yeah, that pretty much is it, guys. Sorry for the delay with these last 2 reviews. I have now finished my reviews of the Primeval UK series. Yay! Woo! Yay! But now it's time for the ranking. Yes, we're going to be ranking all 6 episodes of Series 5 in the next video. And then I will be reviewing Primeval New World. Yes, which is the American spin-off, or Canadian spin-off, sorry. Which I haven't actually seen before. So, yeah, I'm going to be interested to see that. And then when I've reviewed those and ranked those episodes, I will do an entire Primeval series ranking, which will include New World as well. So yeah, that's really it, guys. What do you think of this episode? Put your comments down below. Let me know. What do you think of Series 5 as a whole? And what do you think of the show in general? Because this is obviously the last current series of the UK show. And I'm really sad that they ended on this. But, oh well. Hopefully one day, fingers crossed, the show will return. Because I think it's generally got potential. I mean, I would be more than willing to help to see it return. Yeah, and obviously happy 10th anniversary Primeval. At the time I'm recording this, it is like just over 10 years since the first series aired, so excellent job there, guys. But Series 5, it's rubbish. It's terrible. It's the worst, easily. And I'm not, I don't care I'm spoiling my ranking, but it is the worst of the series. I got no love for this series whatsoever. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'm Mr. Thomas11. See ya.